being a four-stroke, will have a different sound coming from the back of that moat.
Yeah, absolutely right. Huge amount of torque and power. And as I said, there's fundamental differences with the technology of this engine is incredible. I can see Andrew Chilver down there helping out his mate Caleb Frost. Mate, they actually have a transmission in these engines, or a gear set that you can change ratios. So, and one of the reasons for that is the propellers, as we know, the dark art of propellers. Teams will have tens of thousands of dollars invested in propellers. And the different revs and RPM and torque range, what Mercury Racing have done is they put a gear set in so that you can change it, so that it means that you can use your existing propeller range should you choose to, so that you can actually drop your gear ratios down. 2 flags up here, ladies and gentlemen, so we are about to go. 1 flag down. Let's look to see who gets the drop. Keep your eye on Greg Banks. Final feature has been lightning fast. So will Reece Coles. Bang, here we go. Beautiful start. Reece Coles got a good start. Nick Coles, the New Zealander. Lucas Oils with an absolute flyer off the line. Initial launch was great. He's now got to convert it. He needs to leave a lane on his inside for Joel Smith in the Babbers. So the Babbers a little bit late off the docks, but here we go. Nick Coles goes around to his outside. It's Ewan Bricker. Beautiful, clean run. Oh, a little bit of compression in the mid-pack, but they all get through clean. So quality driving from this big field. Who's it going to be as they round the corner? Bricker is fast and loose out wide. Reece Coles has gone a long way wide. But it's the New Zealander, Nick Coles, Lucas Oils leading as we come into lap number 1. But Bricker starting to shut him down. Watch them through turn number 1. Hey, Matty Smith's way up the front. He's come from nowhere.
Yeah, Lucas Oils and Nick Coles now 1 boat length in front of Ewan Bricker in boat number 2, the TBR. As it runs down, they're almost side by side now on the entry down into turn number 2. We've got a drag race happening out here on Lake Moala.
I do not know what dark art those Kiwis have brought with them since yesterday, but that little Lucas Oils machine is flying right now. We saw how quick, we know how quick the DAC boat of Ewan Bricker is. And Nick Coles is saying, no, son, you're not taking it off this easy. And he is gone. So in this front part of the circuit, you can see Ewan, that wide line. He's got the closing speed, but he's got to get in and get in front and shut the door. Greg Banks now, final feature. He's starting to move up. Oh, it's pretty tight. Keep your eyes peeled at the front of the field. They are now 3 feet apart as they go through. Clean racing line. Aggressive but fair by Ewan Bricker. He takes the lead. So Nick Coles now slots back into second place. Greg Banks on the charge and just trying to pick up if that's Joel or Matt Smith. Hard to tell from here. But it's one of the Smith boys that has made their way into the top 4. I said that they've been promising this. This could be today.
4 and 7 at the moment for the Smith family, but Ewan Bricker really getting that outside run to really work now and driving away from the Lucas Oils boat of Nick Coles.
Now without the pressure on him, you can see Nick Coles starting to change his line, letting the boat run and drift. Oh, boat number 4 back here, the blue Butler Vehicles machine. Reece Coles, boat number 1. He's trimmed for the moon then, almost caught a little bit too much air. He was under pressure from Shane Martin in Hunter Valley 5, but then Shane made a slight error in turn number 2. So to the right of your screens is turn 1. This back corner that Ewan Bricker is entering now is turn 2, and then we've got turn 3. Turn 2, bit deceptive. Keep your eye on the field now. Nick Coles, Lucas Oils on his outside. Final feature, Greg Banks. This is going to be a battle as they skate through here into turn number 3. That turn 2 is more than 90 degrees. It's difficult to pick up from here. That's a very tough corner.
Oh, Banksy flying this boat out of turn number 3. That looked like it was on the end of point of no return. Side by side now with Nick Coles. Banksy in the beautiful iridescent purple and white boat. He's on the outside. Nick Coles, Lucas Oils on the inside. And then again, another drag race down towards turn 2.
Oh, this is a battle. I tell you what, it's Joel Smith. So Joel Smith, boat number 66, that has moved his way up into 4th spot. Now he's starting to gap Reece Coles behind him. So Joel Smith has really turned his pace around from yesterday and looking really good. This is the yellow Babber machine sitting in 4th spot right now. Don't look away for this battle from 2nd spot though, because this is on. The Kiwis are down here, egging him on. Mate, both these guys will be working super hard behind the wheel, Vaughan.
Have a look at the angle of Greg Banks's boat as he came out of turn number 3. Still side by side, and it looks like Banks has got an advantage in the corners, but Nick Coles able to run with him down the main straight.
Oh, that was a beautiful corner from Coles. He's been held tight and did it well. This acceleration difference here. So Banks has got the acceleration, but Nick Coles, so that might be a little bit of a prop difference. But Banks now with a little gap. He's got to get it right. So he gets to come across and take the line. But Nick Coles, the way that boat launches off that corner in that 90 degree, it is beautiful. Ewan Bricker getting very loose at front. Needs to settle it down. But look at the battle here in second spot. Oh! That was as close as you want to be from Greg Banks in final feature. The boat starting to take flight. Quick hit down on the trim button. Try and settle it down. You've got to leave your foot in it or the boat will just take off and fly.
Certainly will. Ewan Bricker still doing it well out in front. He has a good 150 metres back to the second boat of Banks, who's able to get away from Nick Coles now. And then, as you said, back to the first of the Smith family racing in fourth.
Yeah, Joel Smith. Now up behind him is our series champion from last year, Reece Coles, Butler Vehicles. One boat back. 3 minutes to run is Shane Martin, Hunter Valley Fire. So Shane Martin again, he's got good pace out of this machine. And lifted the inside sponson just as I was talking to him there. So a little bit ugly around that hard left-hander. It's starting to rough up a little bit out there. Through goes Matt Smith. He's nice in that back corner, as is Austin McDonald, the man from Copper Coast Marine in the black and white Mulgard.
Trying to pick up on our leader going into turn number 2. I think that distance may be slightly closing between Banks and Bricker.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Greg Banks is on a charge. To get to the transom is one thing, but to try and get past them is a different thing. Now, Paul Whitten, we saw this boat go upside down. The grey machine out in front of us now, doing it very nicely. The SST 120 is down on cubic capacity. Just needs to settle himself down. Obviously, once you've been for a swim, want to put the clean race in. And he's got Caleb Frost Racing sitting up there with him with his brand new Mercury Apex. But they're about to become lapped traffic. So this is going to get interesting.
And definitely, but Ewan Bricker now starting to come up on that lap traffic. And this is going to be the opportunity there for the purple and white boat as they head down into turn number 2. Things starting to close up and get a little bit busy out there for Ewan Bricker.
Yeah, so the acceleration on the exit of that turn 2 is really working in Ewan Bricker's favour. Hey, Greg Banks is coming out of charge. Have a look at him. Tough inside line. He's going to try and slot the needle up the inside of Caleb Frost. Ewan Bricker won't know he's there yet. This is on at the front. Banksy, hyper aggressive. We've only got a couple of minutes to go. Do not look away. Let's follow the front of the field now. Bricker shuts the door. Good tactics from the young man. He is completely legal. But make sure he puts Greg Banks into his spray and finds some gains in the back straight. But final feature is going nowhere. He's right on him, Vaughan.
He certainly is. And again, we see this gap starting to close between first and second. Bricker first around the second turn, boy. But I'm just so impressed with this run here from the purple and white boat as they come into turn number 3 and down the main straight. Are we going to get
Banksy.
No, we're just going to go for one more lap before we get the yellow.
He's throwing everything at it now. Brianna is down here in front of me on the bank. She's bouncing on her toes. He is throwing down. This guy is an absolute racer. Now, I've got to say, Nick Coles, Lucas Oils, boat number 87, he is rock solid in third place right now. They are not catching him. He's only got a couple of minutes to go. That will be unbelievable to see this Kiwi up on the podium in the Aussie Championship Series. He's got some traffic in front of him. They need to move out, but he's doing a cracking job right now.
Sorry, mate. Yellow flag being prepared over here at race control as we pick up on our leaders. And look at Banksy really starting to close in now on Ewan Bricker. This is it. He's got one more lap to do something from Bricker. And that's not the Lucas Oils. He's dropped right back now.
So Ewan Bricker, cool under pressure. We saw him make an error yesterday that went upside down. Banks with a ripping turn in turn number 1. Don't look away. There's the New Zealander in third. He's got those blokes covered. Fourth is going to be Reece Coles in Butler Vehicles. Shane Martin pushing forward now. Oh, that was so close in the front straight from Shane Martin. The checkered flag is going to come out this time round. Can he get it done? He's going to have to sit into second spot, barring a miracle. But I know Greg Banks, he will not give up. Ewan Bricker, start banging your hands together. That was an incredible drive and drifting it outside. Settle it, son. Oh, Greg Banks.
That was a 200-metre wheel stand for Greg Banks coming out of turn number 3.
That's as close as you want. Go absolutely wild for this guy, Lucas Oils, the New Zealand sensation, on the podium here at Yarrawonga Mulwala. Shane Martin. Oh, sorry. Butler Vehicles up into 4th spot. Shane Martin into 5th. Joel Smith into 6th place. Wow. What a run.
Two sensational races for our GPs out there this morning to start proceedings on day number 3. Oh, so exciting, mate. That was the best wheel stand I've seen out of a tunnel boat for a long time.